welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the Internet of Things, or IoT. It's this incredible technology that's quietly weaving our physical and digital worlds together in ways we're really only just starting to figure out. So, let's just start with a huge question. What if every physical object in your life, your watch, your car, maybe even the streetlights outside, could talk to the Internet? What if the physical and digital worlds weren't really separate at all, but were actually part of one massive, intelligent network? Well, that's the core promise of the IoT. To really get a handle on the Internet of Things, we first need to kind of zoom out a bit. You have to see it as one crucial piece of a much, much bigger shift, the digital industrial revolution. See, this whole revolution has been happening in stages. It really kicked off around the year 2000 with the dot-com boom. And yeah, that bubble burst, but what it left behind was absolutely critical: a massive global network of fiber optic cables. That was the era of pure connectivity. Then, fast forward to about 2007, and we entered the big data and AI phase. This is when APIs let different systems finally talk to each other, creating these huge pools of data. And that brings us to today, the era of personalization. This is where AI uses data from all sorts of sensors to customize everything, from your Netflix queue to your Amazon recommendations. So what's next? Hyper-personalization, targeting incredibly specific things like your own personal health and nutrition. Now, what's so important to understand is how all these modern technologies really fit together. See, IoT isn't an island, it's the very first, most critical step in the chain. IoT devices are the ones that collect the data from the physical world. The cloud then stores all that data. AI and machine learning process it to find insights. And then finally, technologies like robotic process automation act on those insights. It's this four-step chain, and IoT is the spark that ignites the whole thing. So, with that bigger picture in our heads, let's zoom back in. What exactly is the Internet of Things? The official definition, I'll admit, is a bit of a mouthful, but what it really boils down to is this. You take everyday physical objects and you give them digital senses. You embed them with the ability to perceive their environment and then communicate that information over a network. So here's the bottom line. IoT acts as a bridge. It connects people, the information they, and the world around them generate, and the systems that can make sense of it all. It's the link that makes our industries, and really our lives, smarter and way more efficient. Now, to make this whole vision a reality, you can't just have billions of devices all shouting into the void, right? The industry needed a standardized blueprint to make sure everything could work together. And that blueprint is a 7-layer architecture. Let's walk through it. Everything, and I mean everything, starts at layer 1 with the things themselves. These are the physical devices out in the world. So you've got sensors, which collect data, like a thermostat measuring the temperature, and you have actuators, which perform an action, like that same thermostat kicking on the AC. Okay, next up, at layer 2, you've got the communication backbone. This is the network that lets all those devices actually talk to each other and get online. This layer uses a whole bunch of different technologies, from the Wi-Fi in your house to powerful 5G cellular networks for things that are on the move. Layer 3 is the edge layer, and this is where things get really, really smart. Instead of sending every single bit of data all the way to the cloud, edge computing processes some of it right there, close to the device. This is absolutely crucial for anything that needs split-second decisions. Think of a self-driving car detecting an obstacle in the road. So once the data moves past the edge, it hits layer 4, data accumulation. This is where those massive amounts of information are all gathered up and organized. Raw, totally chaotic data gets turned into a structured format, like a database, so it can actually be analyzed properly. All right, now we get to layer 5, data abstraction. And this is a brilliant solution to a huge challenge. I mean, you've got data pouring in from thousands of different kinds of sensors, all in different formats. It's a mess. This layer cleans up that mess. It creates a single, unified view of all that data so applications can use it easily without having to deal with the chaos underneath. And this is where the magic happens. At layer 6, the application layer, we finally get to use that clean, organized data. This is where analytics and machine learning algorithms get to work, finding hidden patterns, making predictions, like forecasting exactly when a factory machine is going to need maintenance, and generating real, actionable insights. And finally, layer 7 brings it all home. This is the collaboration and process layer. where those incredibly valuable insights get delivered to the right people or the right business systems at exactly the right time. It's the user interface, the dashboard, the alert on your phone. It's what turns all that complex tech into a simple, smart decision. So that's the architecture. But what does it look like in the real world? Well, the scale can be absolutely mind-blowing. Just think about a modern jet engine. It's not just a piece of metal anymore. It's basically a flying data center. A single one of these engines is packed with over 5,000 sensors, constantly monitoring every little thing about its performance, from temperature and pressure to tiny vibrations. And get this, those sensors on just one engine generate over 500 terabytes of data every single day. That is an almost unimaginable amount of information, and it's all being collected by those layer 1 devices we were just talking about. So this mountain of data isn't just sitting there. It gets pushed through what's called an analytics value chain to create real value. First, descriptive analytics tell you what happened. Then, diagnostic analytics figure out why it happened. But here's where the real power kicks in. Predictive analytics forecast what will happen in the future. And finally, prescriptive analytics recommend what you should do about it, guiding engineers to perform maintenance long before a failure could ever happen. And this brings us full circle. From the tiniest little sensor on a jet engine blade all the way to the global impact of predictive analytics, the Internet of Things is fundamentally reshaping our world and pointing toward what's coming next. Because the ultimate goal of connecting everything isn't just about making planes more efficient. It's about creating a world of hyper-personalization. I mean, imagine medicine tailored to your unique genetic makeup, or a nutrition plan designed for your body's real-time needs, all based on data from sensors you wear. This next wave, it's all powered by IoT, and it is all about you. The Internet of Things is so much more than just smart toasters. It's the tech that is finally and completely bridging the gap between our physical and digital worlds. It's giving a digital voice to the objects all around us, which kind of leaves us with one final thought. As billions and billions more devices join this global conversation, what's the one thing you'd want to hear from next?